Trade Genius.
Hey guys, welcome to another Trade Genius podcast. Philip here with Bob Kula as always. So Bob, I hear we're going to be talking about some precious metals today. What's going on?
Yeah, so it's going to be primarily two ETFs and one of the larger cap gold miners. I just want to show you guys how they're breaking out. And I think they're a beneficiary of the dollar falling, China opening, and trouble in the crypto land sans Bitcoin. So I wanted to kind of go some charts if I could take the charge of the screen here, Phil.
Okay, all yours.
So the first chart I want to show you here is GDXJ. And so this is our system here. This is our range trader. This is a weekly chart, okay? So we've just been basically basing and falling since, the beginning of 2022. No surprise, the market's been weak. And on our fast heat, which is a setting at 4, we made a really long dip here, but then we made a lower low, but the heat went on higher. So this is a divergence for us that we like to look at. And we have now also confirmation on the fast ribbon here and on our slower band, which is set at 28. But most important to me is that we broke over the moving VWAP for weekly. And so people that like to be long swing traders, this is where you want to be. You want to buy here, you want to set your stop here. And then obviously as it moves higher, you just keep moving your stop up, and this should be your first target right in here. So this is GDXJ, Phil. So pretty encouraging, and looks like it's coming out of its long winter nap.
Mm-hmm.
The next one I'll show you is very similar because it's GDX. And so you have GDX here, and again, looks very similar to GDXJ. GDXJ is the junior miners, GDX are more established players. And they did the same thing. They made a lower low, higher heat. We got confirmation and confirmation, breaking up. And again, you want to set your stop here. If you're a long swing trader, we'll put your target here. And as it moves up, you want to move this up to moving VWAP as soon as you can, and then hopefully get it up to target. The other chart I want to show you is Barrick Gold. Barrick Gold did the same thing, Phil. In addition to that, we got a little confirmation here on the moving averages. Then we're starting to see some separation between the slower and the faster bands. And it just went pretty much based. And now it's breaking up. And my target for this one is around $21, $22. And if you want to set your stop, you're going to set it here about $13. I posted this one again in the room. We just traded this one earlier in the week, but hopefully now we can get a bigger move higher and take advantage of it. And the last one I want to show you on this is, I may show a few more charts here. So we bought yesterday, we bought Wheaton coming out of its break here on the daily, okay? And so we've been riding this one up and looking on the weekly here. See, we got that confirmation. And again, target for me here is in this area. And if you're setting a stop, you'd originally be here, but now I would put the stop up in here, Phil. And the other one that I own is Hecla Mining. I own all these stocks personally too. So these are more than just signals for me. And again, it came up over, tested it, came up again, and I'm looking for Hecla to hit in the 650 area too. The last chart I want to show you has nothing to do with anything other than it's been a stock that we own for a while. We've taken a pretty good hit on it here when it broke down from here, but it's starting to break up higher again. It has earnings coming up. This one has really suffered primarily because of China being in lockdown. And with China announcing that yesterday that they're coming out of the lockdowns, Phil, we have basically a 10% move today on Zim. And I like this one because of the dividends are really nice, and they pay a high percentage of their cash flow towards dividends. So if their cash flow is maintained, they're going to have a good dividend this quarter. And then at the end of the year, they do a whole year look back, and they give you a Mac Daddy dividend. And so right now this dividend yield's in the 30% range. And the way they're cash flowing, I'm pretty sure they're going to go ahead and they're going to be able to meet that dividend and the year-end bonus dividend too. So this is a good place to get in if you're not in it. And I think you'll be well rewarded, especially if you like dividend plays. That's pretty much what I wanted to show you, Phil. I think, looking at the markets, this week, I I mean, SPY was just the insanity here. Let me pull up your famous chart here. Let me put it under ES here and get it back to a daily. Is that this was a big blowout. Normally, you get a pullback into this move and a push higher, but it just kept driving higher and higher, Phil. But I think, you talked about us hitting resistance areas here. We're starting to see now Disney just announced a hiring freeze and layoffs. Disney. Okay, when's the last time they've done that? I
Right.
think all through 2008, they powered right through.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the pandemic, because everybody did crazy stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
Larry Fink, once again, according to our trading room, sold 10 million shares of his stock again. That BlackRock manages people's money. So if this guy's selling out, he knows something's coming, and he's the inside guy. So
Right.
I think we're going to push up here. That dollar push down, I think, is going to be temporary. I think we're going to make a higher high in the dollar before we get a bigger push down. But I think now with China opening, the Fed kind of got themselves caught in a vice here because of that soft print for the CPI.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're going to start seeing these commodities run on Powell and the Fed, and they're not going to be able to raise fast enough because China is going to be working against them out in Asia. So I think it's going to be time for precious metals to join with the commodities and the energy sector, Phil.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty interesting move into the end of the year, and hopefully the next quarter or so we'll see the end of this bear market and get back to more of a market we're kind of accustomed to.
So Phil, with the big move, Thursday, and then a little bit of a follow through on Friday. Typically we're going into OPEX week next week, so you typically get a follow through Monday and Tuesday of next week, and then they're going to go ahead and they're going to clear the call buyers out Wednesday and Thursday. So if we're looking for any kind of sell off or retrenchment, then I would say it's probably coming Wednesday or Thursday. And I think you were throwing out some charts, maybe looking at 408 plus for SPY in that area, 4100 for ES is probably the targets, and then I think we're going to get a pretty meaningful push down again after that because of the economic conditions will take basically the forefront again from this technical bounces that we've been getting here every 4 to 5 weeks.
I agree with you. Yeah, I think 4100 is probably the upper end of the bear market rally, and then yeah, that's probably put country. So hopefully after that, hopefully in the next quarter, we get the worst of it behind us and onwards and upwards.
Yep, so that's all I had, Phil. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday and the rest of your weekend. And guys, thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. It's the only way we can get to grow the channel. So the Microsoft, the Google algorithms will see that people are engaged and will present us to more and more of a larger audience out there in the world. And God knows everybody needs more information.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Trade Genius.